Excuse me, lady, what's your name? Your beauty is to blame. The reason I approached you this way. And if it's cool, maybe, baby, it's okay. My numbers we exchange. Maybe we can go and kick it today. My top's down, I'm fresh. Oh yeah, toes and nails painted red, and your body's like the sun in the flesh. I wanna know if you can let your guard down. Relax for a while. Let's turn this day to night. You and I, girl, you fly. We don't have to be complicated. It's as easy as we make it. We don't have to be complicated. There's no break. As we make it. Yeah, you ain't got the complicated. Cause them niggas that been chasing you gon' really hate it. I know them niggas in your past hate to see you take it. But put that bullshit aside, I wanna see you naked. Yeah. Said I've been on my business, you be trying to get it. And baby, is a queen, Miss Independent. And baby, you look good in that sundress. Love the way your body move in that sundress. And baby, you a star. Baby, you a star. Shining bright, girl, you are everything I need. Everything that I want. I love everything I see. Cause baby, you a queen. Baby, you a queen. And baby, I'm your king. And ain't no in between. Ain't no in between. Ain't no in between. Gasoline and some crown. Tonight is going down. I'm so glad you chose to be here today. Got me proud, looking so damn pretty. Let's roll through the city. Give you all of my attention today. My top's down, I'm blessed. Oh yes, toes and nails painted red, and your body's like the sun in the flesh. I wanna know if you can let your guard down. Relax for a while. Let's turn this day to night. You and I, girl, you fly. Don't have to be complicated. It's as easy as we make it. We don't have to be complicated. There's no break. It's as easy as we make it.
Damn right we take turns being wrong. I get real accountable when I'm alone. I get real about it all when I'm alone. It's so crazy missing you when I get on. Down Julio made me fulfill. And I might hit your phone up with that ba-ba-ba. Missing my da-da-da. Missing that ah. All of this love is toxic. All of this love is toxic. All these kisses ain't hugs and no shit. You a damn drug, you toxic. All this sex on replay, running back like a DJ. Surfing on your face while you eat that. Trying to make a bad bitch behave. No, I was just waiting for you. Put the pussy away for you. Thinking I would wait for you. And that damn Don Julio made me fulfill. And I might hit your phone up with that ba-ba-ba. missing my da, missing that I. And all of this love is toxic. All of this love is toxic. All these bitches and hoes and no shit. You a damn drug, you toxic. Problematic. You know that dick always been problematic. Somehow I'm always calling your dramatics, all in your acrobatics. You know I want static. Tell me to throw it backwards. And that damn Julio made me fool for you. And I still hit your phone up with that rah. Missing my da, missing that I. All of this love is toxic. All of this love is toxic. All these bitches and hoes and no shit. You a damn drug, you toxic.
You ever wonder what it's like to live in the jungle? Lion, tigers, and bears, snakes, and scorpions. Can you take this shit serious? Serious as it is. When it's fuck how you feel, better get it how you live. When killers retaliate every enemy possible, surviving lives on a hard pill to swallow. God bless the child that can hold his own. That means taking care of your family till your kids are grown. If loyalty is royalty, some of us broke as fuck. Blood thicker than water, but still, who can you trust? They say that you to blame, ran your name in the mud. You a soldier, you was trained, you was ready for war. The president smoking, fucking bitches in the White House, stomping in the Air Force Ones until the lights out. King of high yourself, they say you dangerous and woke. They know we greedy for these beats, so they say we creep slow.
Whoa, is the new sleep, shallow is the new deep. Cheats every news week, silence is the new speech. Cool like a fan, but on the other hand, I'm a nympho, so I like to fuck what they saying. Fuck an ab and a pan, they both kicking the can. Two homeless motherfuckers that ain't took back they land. Ain't no need to take a seat, want you to overly stand. Listen up and pour a cup, while I rock like a band. Fuck a chief in a trap, I like feeling the vibe. Man tucking on that pride and see it's just a divide. But you fuck with white girls and you push genocide. And Jennifer, the only one you call for a ride. I was fucking with that shit, but now my feelings have died. And all my women spoil like my package expired. My discernment like a tooth with the feeling inside. Cause I'm here to tell the truth, fuck what you feeling inside, nigga.
This that prolific, spiritual individual. Grab your bitches, they follow him everywhere he go. My aura code, the shit I'm kicking like Sub-Zero. Most niggas playing it simple, we keep shit popping like teenage pimples. Y'all niggas lack credentials, overlapping. Most you niggas with meditation, elevation, fundamentals. It's official, like a ref with a whistle. I won't pick up my dribble, she look me in the eyes. Open up the eyes to say, play monkey in the middle. The woman's my favorite riddle. High charisma in my temple, she get real experimental.
with her mouth on my pistol against my lap is her pillow. She have fun giving me brain. That's real fundamentals. Give me some. Get you one. I'm a chosen one to overcome any spiritual war. I know I already won. Plus my high vibration surpassing all you bums, nigga.
Hello, peace and love, everyone. Mic check, my check. Let me check. Hey, Kels.
Hey, hey, peace and love.
Peace and love. Let me make sure. I think we good. Keep talking, and I'm gonna check real quick. Hold
How
on.
y'all doing tonight? I really love the topic tonight. I was like, oh my goodness. Let
Yeah,
the healing begin.
right. So let me go ahead and shout out the chat, and then
I got you.
we're gonna do some because this is a serious topic. You see, I changed the background because, and I'm gonna put some more background music in. We're gonna set the tone right because when you seem to talk about toxic relations, it brings up feelings and stuff. So I'm trying to keep us as calm as possible. So thank you, AKD, for showing up. Peace and love to you, sis. I appreciate you. And Albert and Sugar Shay, good to see you, beautiful. So, um, hey, King Miller, what's going on? Thank you for showing up. So, if you guys miss Blended Healing, make sure you go over there because that's how we do it every Tuesday, and we do a pre-record. And it's the topic today is um, toxic relationships, but we know it's going to be more than that. So we are going to talk about how toxic are you. But before we do that, y'all, I want to set the tone. And then Kelly, I'm gonna go ahead and ask how you doing today and how's your mental health.
Well, I'm doing okay today. I might be a little toxic, but
I can't. This girl. Okay.
my mental health is stable. My mental health is stable.
Oh,
Um, I mean, you gotta take life one day at a time. Every moment I feel is a learning experience, and so as long as I'm open to learning and growing, I think that I'll be okay. You have your good days and you have your bad days. Today is a good one, so I'm happy about that.
right, right. So for us up here and everybody in the chat, I'm just going to take this time because the reason why we're on the water today, because of course we're talking about relationships, but I wanted to be calm because there's so much going on in the world and in our lives that I feel that we need calm moments. So we're going to take a few minutes and just breathe. All right. I think that set the tone pretty good. What you think, Kelly? You think that did us pretty good? Nice little by the
Oh
water.
yeah.
Okay. So, guys, we are going to be talking about toxic relationship. But what we're doing on this portion, we decided that it's going to be a series, and who best to start off with is with yourself. So, if you had, like I said, if you didn't get a chance to go over to Blended Healings, go ahead and go over there and check her out as well. And let me get us some background, nice little background as well. But what I'm going to say is after going through the steps, I realized that I did have some toxic traits. So let me go ahead and go over some of the things that were mentioned over there. She mentioned manipulation, And the reason why I'm saying that, we have to realize if we're toxic, because if we're going to break generational curses, we have to start with us. And that's how I feel like we really have to start with us. And we don't want to um, not be in denial or take accountability, because that could be a toxic trait as well. So this is my way of sharing with the world, like, hey, I can admit that I have some toxic traits. And I do believe that it's from generations and experience and relationships, situationships, companionships, all those ships we've been talking through those series. So what I say when the first one is, what did I say? Oh, manipulation. And I don't think I'm a manipulative person, but if you've been around a manipulative person, you can get those traits. So I take accountability in saying being manipulative, because there's times when I want my way, I want my way. Like Blenda said in her live, she's a brat. I'm a brat because I didn't get my way a lot when I was younger. So when I'm older, I'm like, hey, I'm going to get my way. And it can affect a relationship. So I realized that that could be toxic, very, very toxic. So that's the accountability I took on that trait. Because when you hear the word manipulation, you be like, I'm not manipulative. You know what I'm not. I don't be, because it can. There's levels to everything, of course. So you don't think that you could be manipulative. But when she broke that down and was like, I do sort of what I am a little brat, and I'm single. So that makes a difference too. But I do want things a certain way. And I don't really knowingly try to manipulate people, but I'm like, don't y'all think we should do this? You know what I'm saying? So that's one of the things that I resonated with on that subject. Hi, the word. Good to see you. Peace and love. That's actually Kelly. Blended's handling some stuff right now, but yeah, she'll probably pop up later or come in the chat. So yeah, what do you think about that, Kelly? Like that first trait she mentioned was, and we're talking about us, so I need you to be transparent. So
Well, I could say
yeah.
I'm a brat too, but I kind of was on the other end of it where it was like I was given the things that I want, and even still now given the things that I want. So it hasn't been a point to where like it could have been where you didn't get it, I did, and that also can be damaging too.
Hmm.
Because if you give a person everything that they want and then they get used to that all the time, that's something that they kind of expect from people. And so I could have been putting somebody on a pedestal to think that they would do something and holding them to that standard, which wasn't fair at the time. So, yeah, I can say that I've had a little bit of toxicity in me because I want things to be my way too. And I can be bratty about it. Not that I'm aggressive or anything, but I can be bratty, kind of like a little kid. Just can't we just do this or. So, and I know that that can be toxic too. So, yeah, hey.
Right. And we don't even realize like things like that is being toxic until you really sit and think about it. And you really got to have a free mind. Let me go ahead and say that. Because if you're not willing to um, see if you have any of these traits, how are we going to break these curses, and how are we going to fix ourselves and make sure our children don't have these traits? So being vulnerable is as well is very thing. Hi, Albert. I said hi to you earlier. Thanks for showing up. But yeah, so so everybody in the chat, just listen to that. Um, take the time to see, do you try to manipulate situations? And like I said, there is levels to this, because some people go, you really know when somebody's trying. Well, to me, the real bad manipulators are very good and cold at it and very skilled. But you can unknowingly, because you're around a manipulator, start picking up those habits, or because you're used to having done a certain type of way, be like, oh, I'm gonna do this so I can get my way. Or in Kelly's case, she's used to getting her way, so she'd be like, shoot, I'm gonna go ahead and get my way. So just keep that in mind when we're going asking how toxic are you, because it starts with you first. I
Hmm.
think. Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say just the fact that like some people, and then when you look at being toxic, some people don't understand what toxic is. They may not understand or know that it's a toxic behavior, especially sometimes I can say as working on myself because we are all not perfect. At this point, because I have tried to do a lot of work, I don't know that I'm toxic unless I'm triggered. And then I have to check myself, if that makes
Hmm.
sense.
Yes, it
Because
does.
I have done a lot of work, so to the point to where even though I'm not gonna lie, I'm still bratty. I'm not gonna lie about that. But I check. I now think at this point I check in with people on some of the things that I may be considered toxic. Like, and I'll ask questions. I think we do this to each other a whole lot, and I love
Hmm.
it. Where I'll ask you, like, is this toxic to think like this? Because I know I'm not the only one to think like this, but it could be toxic.
Hmm.
But
Absolutely.
because I've worked on it, I still kind of get confused. I'm not gonna lie, sometimes where I don't know that I'm toxic until it triggers me. And then I have to check in with myself, like, hold on, that just triggered me. And I have a tendency in this moment, I can be toxic or I can choose a different route.
Mhm. That's very commendable as well. Yeah, we is this, like I said, this is a healing journey for all of us. That's why we're having these series and these deep conversations, because we need to really. Our purpose is to not send this on to the next generation. And if you are toxic or around somebody toxic, you will know the signs or see the signs so that you can, change that. So, when doing my research, there was some questions that you can ask yourself to if to this is because I say ourselves because we want to don't focus on others right now. We're focusing on ourselves. So, one of the questions was, do you use same shaming language? So, people have a tendency to use shaming language to downgrade others or speak bad upon each other, or just, especially in this world where social media is so prevalent, all you got to do is type something, or all you got to do is have a live, or go and talk about somebody. Not only that, but even in person. And how I took accountability in this is, have I ever shamed anybody and been like, "Ooh, I shouldn't have said that"? Absolutely.
Mhm.
Absolutely. I was like, "Oh man," and I was like, "Wow, did I say that?" And it's usually 9 times out of 10 it's out of anger or my feelings have got hurt. So I
Or disappointment.
Right. And that goes with your feelings, that disappointment.
Hmm.
And so you don't even realize, like, the words that they use shaming, you like, dang, that's how I'm like, do I be doing that? So we really need to ask ourselves, because we always think of, I think we go on a higher level on some things and on a lower level on other things when we think it doesn't apply to us. But we should always think at the high level of things to see if we are doing these type of things, or we're around people that are doing those type of things. Because if you go at a lower level, and I'm guilty of that, I'm like,
Hmm.
no, I'm not that. I'm not toxic. If you would have asked me before, I'd been like, I am not toxic. Y'all tripping. You know what I'm saying? So what do you think about that? About using shaming language?
Ooh, okay, so I'm a parent.
Yeah.
Okay, and
Mm-hmm.
so the one thing that I can tell you, and this is just me in full transparency, because I can say that back, just giving a little background, that's kind of a tactic that was used on us with manipulation. Like that came hand in hand together, together. But I knew that I had to change once my children started getting older, and they would do things, and because I was disappointed and I didn't understand that it was shaming language, it was just trying to get them to do what I asked them to do, but I would shame them into doing it. Why can't you be this, or why can't you be that, or why can't you do this more, or why? because I was disappointed at the outcome that was given to me. And so I kind of had to step back, like, hold on, wait, this is harming them in a way. And
Mhm.
it that was my first look into using shaming language was with my children, which is really crazy that I noticed it with them more.
Hey, Keisha. How you doing? Thank you for showing up,
Hey,
beautiful.
sure,
Yeah.
Keisha. Hey, stop on by.
Right. Good to see you. We love you. Okay, you're right, Kelly. I didn't even see you gave another perspective of it because man, I always apologize to my kids now that I'm every time I go through a healing journey, and I'll be like,
Yep.
I'm sorry. You know what I'm saying? I'll be like, I'm sorry. Especially because, I have boys. They grown men now, I should say. But when they were younger, like I would uh, to me, you could shame them by suck that up. Don't be crying. You ain't supposed to be crying. You know what I'm saying? I was
Mhm.
like that. Like
Mhm.
I was and not realizing that even when I did go and had those conversations in the pod, it's like, yeah, mom, you did be like, nah, you ain't supposed to cry. And I thought it was tough love. I didn't think of it as shaming language, but it can actually mess them up, and that definitely can mess up, start the generational curse as well. So yeah, that's a different perspective as well. Okay, the other thing said is, do you tend to blame others for your problems?
Ooh.
You want to go first on this one?
Oh my God. Well, I could tell you, like, yeah, absolutely, I have in relationships, in family ships, in friendships. Um, there's things that have absolutely gone on where I blame my actions or my feelings on someone else. I did this because of you. You made me feel, or you did this to me, or you didn't do. So I was like, well, I'm going to act like this. Since you want to, you know what I mean? Instead of me taking the accountability, saying, okay, is this something that I can handle, or is this something that should have been done to me? Again, it's through that healing journey that you really take that look inside yourself to be like, oh, wow, this person was actually giving me what they could. It wasn't even that they were trying to be that way, but I reacted in a way and I'm blaming my actions on this person. So absolutely.
I can concur, guilty as charged, especially when, and that's the dang empath on me, but when I feel my feelings or heart is hurt, why did you do that to me? It's your fault that I'm like this. It's your fault that I'm going to treat you this way. You know what I'm saying? It's your fault. I'm giving you everything that the hurt and pain that you gave me. But we had to realize that that could be toxic. And plus, remember, we're in control of our own reality.
Hmm.
So definitely, I've been guilty of that as well. And once we go through these, we always going to give the opposite of things that we can work on, because on our journey we have tools that you could use as well. So keep that in mind too. So the next point is, do you try to one up people who come to you with a struggle or good news? So I can say this one I didn't resonate with,
Yeah.
because if you know me, I'm a cheerleader.
Hmm.
Everybody knows I'm a cheerleader. So, like, if you say, I want to do this or I have this idea, come on. I'm like, come on, let's do it. Like, I'm your number one cheerleader. So, me personally, I never tried to one up on. So I was like, let me dig deeper, since you are a cheerleader. Empath, let's see. So I dig deeper, and I was like, have I ever tried to one up? And the only situations I could think of is when I was in a relationship, and where uh, if I felt that I wasn't being treated properly, I'd be like, I'm gonna be better than anybody that you've ever been with, or something, like, you know what I'm saying, if that resonates with you. But for the most part, I didn't really resonate with that one. But that is a toxic trait to see if you're a person that's like, oh, I could do better than this. Oh, so because I've been around those type of people, and I
Yeah.
do not like to be around
Man, yep,
them.
yep. That's what I said. I can't resonate with that one either. And I think it's because, like you say, we're empaths. And I probably feel sorry for a person before I try to one up them. So if
Hmm.
they came to me with a situation, I'm the fix it person. What we got to do? How we got to
Hmm.
do this? Who we got to go beat up? What you know what I mean?
Right.
Like so I don't resonate with that one. However, I do know that I've seen it happen. I've been around, and the only thing that I could say about that is I don't know, have you ever felt embarrassed for a person? Like
Hmm.
you be in a
Hmm.
situation and you feel all their embarrassment, like you like how could they even be like, and I think that's kind of what sets the tone for me is that I'm always looking for a way not to hurt people, which sometimes could be a gift and a curse sometimes, because sometimes people may need it, but I never
Hmm.
would take the opportunity to be like, this is why I got this when somebody else is down. That's never a good look.
Right, right. I feel you on that. I feel you on that. So there, and like the examples that I'm saying that people I don't like to be around is those that are like you said, they'd be like, I could do that better. Somebody will have something. Hi, Twinda. All my people's coming in. Good to see you, Twinda. I
Hey.
need to talk to you. I'm about to be a Georgia girl. I'm gonna hit you up though. Anyway, so those that be like, that's not too loud, is it? No. Is it good? Yeah,
Mm.
okay. Um, those that be like, I could do better than they don't glorify the next person. They be like, well, I could do this and I could do that and all this stuff. You know what I'm saying? And I'd be like, oh no, I don't even want to be, nope, you're toxic. So like I said, I couldn't personally resonate with that, but I could see where, how that can make you a toxic person.
Hey,
So
was you playing music?
yeah.
I don't
It,
hear it.
Okay, I got it low because I didn't want it to be
Okay.
too loud. No, no, that's
Okay.
good. No, no, I'm gonna
No, I
turn
was
it up.
just checking. I was just
No, I
checking.
wanted to just set the, make sure we had a little background music. Let me
Yeah.
do it so because I did have a low. Can you hear it now? No. Yes. Yes. No.
It's real. I can hear it's low, but that's cool though.
Okay. Yeah. Just
If you-
okay. So the next thing to find out if you're toxic is, do you tend to take more than you give? I'll let you answer that first, Kelly.
Oh goodness. No. I'll be thinking I'll be getting the shit end of the stick most of the
Hi, Marco Powers. Thank you for showing up.
time. Hey Marco. I take more than I get. Like I
Uh-huh.
That one is weird for me because I don't resonate with that one either, only because I'm a giver by nature. And anybody that knows me, I do everything out of the kindness of my heart. So whether I get it back or don't get it back, what I've known is that the Most High has always blessed me regardless. So in that area, no, I take just what I need and I try to make sure I can reciprocate so the other person can get what they need as well. My dad's always told me anytime you're in a relationship, it should be beneficial for both parties. Nobody should go lacking. And once there's a lack, you need to have that conversation so you can make sure you're on the same page. So yeah, I no, I don't resonate with that one, but I can definitely see.
So okay, I'm gonna say no, but I'm gonna say yes because I am very, when it comes to love and wanting attention. That's not really the word I'm trying to say, but being around those that I love. Okay, there. I guess that is attention. And
Mm.
like when I have my time, I want my time. And you know that I'm very
Yeah.
so, and it can, I can see how it could be toxic because if you don't already have those conversations, it could look like it's toxic. Let me say that.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
if I take you, I'll take you and we be gone. You already know. That's
Oh well,
how it's
yeah.
like.
We could kidnap. We now. Yeah. Okay. Hold on.
Because
Wait. Okay.
I want the attention of my cousin's love. You know what I'm saying? And I'll be like, forget everybody else. We're going to do our thing. And I'd be like, I ain't even thinking now. There's times where I haven't even thought about anybody else, especially because she's a mother too. You know what I'm saying? So
Mhm.
that's the only because I try to always go and think deeper, and that's the only conclusion I came with, that that I could be toxic in that area. But otherwise, that I think those people that have that traits are more that I want this, everything is mine, or this, give me this. I
Yeah.
want it. Can I have that? I need that. You got a new car? I'm gonna get a new car. You got a house? I'm a house. Oh, I like that too. I want, you know what I'm saying? That can
Mhm.
irritate me, and that's considered a toxic trait as well. So yeah, okay. Here's a good one.
Like I got my finger on my pineal gland right now on my third eye.
Do you say you don't like drama, but your life is full of it? Let me repeat this question, y'all. This is to show if you're toxic. Do you say you don't like drama, but your life is full of drama? Okay, I'm gonna give y'all some.
You gonna let me go first, or you going
Okay,
first?
go ahead, go ahead. We going back and forth.
Okay. Current state, no.
Uh-huh.
Current state, no. Past tense, all about the drama. All about it in a way that, like, I was a fighter
Hmm.
back in the day. So like defending myself against people talking about me. Um just anything that had to do with somebody that had something to say about me, I was always about it. And it wouldn't matter where it would be. And I think that's kind of toxic because you got to learn the person, place, and things. You got to know when you could act out. You got to know how to. I mean, everything is duality, so you kind of got to find the perfect balance in that. And I think that drama sometimes is needed. You know what I mean? Like at a point, sometimes you gotta be, hold on, we bringing out this drama, we gotta talk about this right now. Sometimes I think that is needed. So I don't know, like in a toxic way, I can see that it is not beneficial, but sometimes you may have to be in that drama in order to get it taken care of. But I can say that past tense, I'll be ready for the mess. Who wants it? I was kind of like the wingman. I was ready.
Hey, Glenda, it's okay. I know you have stuff going on and
Hey,
things going.
blended.
So okay, so listen, because when I was doing my research and I read this question, so Blended, listen to this question. I have to ask myself: Do you, and the rest of the chat, do you say you don't like drama, but your life is full of it? And remember, we're talking about us. So I went into a deep thought and I was like, ooh, D, ooh, 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 ooh. So my ooh, ooh, ooh was because I'll holler, I don't like all this drama, but be right in the middle of the drama because I'm like, we gonna figure it out and let's tell me what's going on. I want to know what's going on and this and that. You understand? That's me. That's just me.
Yep.
I insert myself in the drama and I'm not even part
Yep.
of the drama.
Yep. That's why I said wingman, because I'll be with it. Where we at? What we gotta do?
So I was like, oh my God, D, you have done that. You have put yourself, inserted yourself in some drama and it ain't in drama. And then you go, I don't even like all this drama. Well, girl, why did you put yourself in the drama?
Yep. Yep. Oh
You know
goodness.
what I'm saying? And you know, because you know me. We got a lot of, and it's true because or I'll be like, not even in it, I'll insert it in a way of where I'm thinking that I'm helping, but I inserted myself when I didn't even need to insert my. Do you see what I'm saying?
Yep.
Like
Yep.
that's the mother quality in me because I'm very good at being a mother. That's one of the qualities. So
Hmm.
I mother a lot of people. So it could be like you and my another cousin arguing and something, and I'm like, what's going on? When y'all grown adults, I don't need to get involved in that. And then I'll be saying, y'all need to stop with all this drama.
Yeah, we need to we need to stop. That's why I said I'm the wingman, because I'll be like, people be mad. man, I'm about to do it. And I'll be like, let's go then. Let's go. And then get there like, man, I didn't even sign up for this. Like, yes, you did.
Yes, you did. Yeah, and to me, and this is my humble opinion, you cannot say you don't like all that drama and then go insert yourself in the drama. If you don't like that drama, you go away. That's
Yep.
on social media. That's in life. when
Everything.
I, when I see drama now, like the true meaning, and shout out to Chrissy because I had a conversation with her. I said I understand what the older generation was like when they said mind your business. I
Yep.
totally understand what that means. If it is not me, and then I say this to you all the time, Kelly. I'm just listening for my name. That's
Yeah.
all I do. I just
That's a good one. Hold on,
yeah.
that's a good one because that keep you out of a lot of. I need to steal that one because that'll keep me out of a lot. Yep.
Because you'll look at me and I'll be like, I'm just listening for my name. If they ain't saying my name, and that's from Bill Cosby. He said that on one of his shows. So I resonate with that. If you is not saying my name, I don't need to be in it. So
Yep.
we can't say we don't like drama and then insert our drama in ourselves into drama because that's toxic. And it's even like when in family, like I said, that's why I resonate more because usually other things I don't get involved with family. I'm like, dang, how did
Yep.
I get in the mix of this?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
How in the world? And then I'd be mad. It ain't even about me.
Yep.
Now y'all done switched it all up, So I was like, okay, D, this is a note taken to, don't insert yourself in drama because that could be a toxic trait. Just listen for your name and mind your business, like they've been saying to us for years.
Mm-hmm.
And the other one, the last one that I have, do you gossip? Well,
I'm shutting up right now because then I might gossip.
yes,
So,
I'm gonna say yes. I do gossip
yeah.
now. I'm not even gonna say in my defense because I do bad gossip and good gossip, so I can't even say that. Is it to the point where it can cause harm to somebody? And the reason why I would say that, it would be because I would be lying or fabricating the story or putting more on it that don't even have nothing to do with it. You know what I'm saying? That's
Mm-hmm.
where I think it could be toxic. Because gossip is talking about, it could be good gossip and bad gossip. Talking about
Mm-hmm.
anybody is gossip.
Yep.
But where it could be toxic, I feel, and where I resonate with is when you start fabricating the story and putting more on it. And like, so, I mean, you'd be like, girl, you know how it go. Girl, did you
Mm-hmm.
hear about such and such? And you'd be like, girl, I
Yep.
heard she did
Yep.
the, you know how,
Girl.
and it just goes on. And then we building on, and we don't even know if it's true. You know what I'm saying? We don't even
Yeah.
know if it's true. So that's where I feel gossip could be toxic. What you think about that?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I've learned just over the years, like, and like you said, there is good gossip and bad gossip, but I think that where I've gotten caught up in the gossip is sharing people's business, where somebody may say something like you said, and then I'm like, oh shit, yep, I heard the same thing. And then it gets back to the person, they like, oh, you talking about me? And it's like, I just said what I heard said or what's
Mm-hmm,
going on?
mm-hmm.
And then here we go. Well, why are you talking about it? Well, truthfully, I don't know why I'm talking about it, but it just came up. So I was talking about it. So I can see where that can be very toxic, especially if you don't know that you do that stuff and it's just natural and it comes to you and you're not paying attention, good or bad. I think that can be damaging.
Right, right. And like I said, there's different levels to this being a toxic person or finding out if you are toxic because we are focusing on us again. This is the first part. So like definitely I like the gossip. I'm guilty of that and I'm being mindful of like girl, I heard you know what I'm saying? It's not
Hmm.
factual. It's not factual.
Yeah.
Because you can hear something, but if you haven't heard it from that person's mouth, you feel me?
Hmm.
It might not be the truth.
Yep.
It could be, but it might not be. Like I'm basing all my talking or speaking of, or I actually heard it from that person, and I'm not trying to fabricate it if it's something we need to discuss, because
Hmm.
I think when people are very toxic, they'll go make a whole story of gossip about you,
Yep.
and you be like, what is you talking about? A
I was
whole
a
lie.
crackhead yesterday. How did I turn a crackhead overnight?
Have a whole story that they fabricated in their mind, their illusion, and gossiped about it. That's a toxic trait,
Mhm.
because you shouldn't. Why is you making up a whole story in your mind about a person to gossip about it to other people when it's not true? That's toxic, y'all. So make sure that we are making sure we don't have these toxic traits. And as I said, those that didn't go over to blended healing, I had really looked up the word toxic. So it made me really be like, like we got to be careful, because toxic can be poisonous. It could be harmful or unpleasant in a persuasive or inducive way.
Mm.
So when I think of poison, like I was saying over there on that live, poison is when you are around poison, not even drinking poison, say fumes. What is that? Carbon monoxide? Yeah,
Mhm.
carbon monoxide. If you're around carbon monoxide too long, what happens? It can
Mm.
unalive you, right?
Yep.
So if you're around a toxic person, what can happen? It can unalive you. You're mentally, spiritually, physically. You know what I'm saying? So these toxic traits, you want to make sure you're not having it, and making sure that you are recognizing these toxic traits as well. Because, man, toxic can kill you. Toxic can kill you. Poison, it's poisonous. And we want to make sure, if we are trying to break generational curses and live our best lives, that we are not displaying these toxic traits. What you think about that, Kelly?
I totally agree. I think what one thing that I'm always do is push healing. I know I say that a lot. You'll see me in the chat always pushing healing, but it's one of those things that you gotta do. Like it's one of those things that I would consider people look into, you know, because everybody has a journey. And it's not to say that your journey is right or wrong, but it's things that if you see it's not leading you in a direction that you want your life to go, then there has to have be some type of assessment or self-assessment that you have to take within yourself to say, hey, things ain't going the way that I see them going. Maybe I need to check in on myself to see if I need to change some things up or move some things around. So it's
Mm-hmm.
just, being aware. But the thing is when if you already know dealing with a full toxic person, they could be aware and not aware at the same time. It's crazy how you can have it, but they could be aware that they're toxic, but not want to do nothing about it.
Mm-hmm. And
You
that's
know what I mean?
and that's toxic within itself. Because I said that over on the live. I said that, and that was the one of the things that Blended mentioned. They don't even want to admit it or even
Hmm.
talk about it. And I did see how you responded in the chat. They don't even want to say. You try to have those conversations, and they like, I don't want to talk about that. You
Hmm.
like, dang, like, hold on, we need to, you know
Or
what I'm
like
saying?
I said in the chat, I said as or skip past exactly what you like. Literally, I've dealt with a person that you'll directly say, hey, this bothers me. The weather and the sky is red today. Like, you heard me, right? Like, oh yeah, I heard you. Well, then you gotta be like, repeat back what I said. And sometimes, and this is where I was kind of cracking up at Blenda because she's like, it's not me being aggressive, it's me being assertive. You know what I
Right.
mean? I'm trying to figure out what's going on. Wait a minute, you heard what I said, but you're not going to acknowledge that?
Hmm.
Like, and that in itself is a toxic trait. You know what I mean? Being emotionally unavailable is that's a toxic trait. And some people don't even understand what's all involved with that.
So have you ever think you display something like that of being dismissive?
Oh, I got kids. Get out of here. You better go sit down. But yeah, yeah, absolutely. Even in a relationship, if it has overwhelmed me, because here's the thing, I am a communicator, but I know in past tense, like I can go through something. I was the type to shut down if I wasn't able to speak my mind or say what I had to say, or I seen what I said was getting taken out of context. I had a tendency to shut down, and in me shutting down, that would be me dismissing how somebody feels, because then at that point I wouldn't even want to hear you. You know what I mean? I don't got time for that. You don't want to hear what I got to say, then I'm definitely not listening to what you saying. You know what I mean? So yeah, absolutely I have been.
I can definitely resonate with that because I tend to be a very good communicator as well. And if it's not reciprocated, I know how to shut down too. And it's crazy that the people that know how to communicate the most know how to shut down too. Like once
Hmm.
we shut down, we shut down. And at times it's good because you need to, but since we are talking about a toxic trait, I can see where, like, especially with those that I care about, yeah, let me go ahead and still talk to you. Let's figure this out. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
Let's talk about it
Hmm.
because I don't want this to be toxic in a way where it's like, whatever, I'm dismissing your thoughts, your feelings, because I don't like to be treated that but I know that I've done that to people,
Right.
and I'm like, ooh, That's why it's like all these conversations we having about all these ships. We on this water right now. You see us? uh,
The thing that I like about it is that, like,
it's okay.
I think getting to this point, I think I'm more transparent now because I don't care what people got to say about me.
Hmm.
And the fact that I know that I'm trying to go to grow to a place where I can also be a light. And sometimes that will come with people trying to shame you, people trying to bring you back to the old you, people testing you. But I know as I've grown, I've learned how to respond to things now instead of react. And so, like I said, at this point, I don't live in a toxic environment, but I can't say that if I'm triggered, that that moment in my mind won't come up, because it will definitely come up. But then I know how to self-regulate. I know how to come back and be like, okay, Kelly, you triggered. Don't do that. But I can tell you absolutely, it crosses my mind all the time to be toxic. I promise the
Toxic.
world, the
You hear
world
the
that we
song I
live
played? Yeah.
the world that
Yes.
we live in is set up for us to be exactly that,
Exactly.
toxic.
Exactly.
It's
Exactly.
set up that way. So it's, again, you just got to check yourself. I'm talking to the chat, like I have still have toxic tendencies in my mind. It still comes exactly like it used to come, but I do have control over whether I act on that, or I can check myself and be like, girl, you just tripping. But I still have those moments and I allow them to happen because I think it's human nature. All of us have toxic ways. All of us have had toxic behavior, but what have you done to work on that? And where does, how is your, what's your outcome? You know?
Absolutely. So speaking of that, let's talk about some things that some how you can stop being toxic or some tools. So one of the tools they say get mental health support to examine and change toxic behaviors. Let me repeat that. Get mental health support to examine and change topic behaviors. So I feel like what we're doing now is very good uh, to help. I know it's helping my mental health, and it's allowing me to see the behaviors that I have had or still have, and what I still need to work on and change. So you definitely want to find you get a good support system
Hmm.
um, to help you with your mental health, and don't get too toxic. Another toxic person that's like, I mean, I mean,
To validate your
you know what I'm
toxicity.
saying? Talk about, I don't see nothing wrong with
Ain't nothing
you.
wrong with us. Me
No,
too.
I'm
Write
not
me
saying
up.
that y'all can't work at healing together, but I'm just a suggestion. I mean, two toxic people usually doesn't work in any of the ships, y'all. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
So you want to find where you could get mental support, and they are willing to help you. I know with me, the support system I have, we don't sugarcoat. We tell each other like it is. We learn how to say it, like Linda
Mhm.
was saying in her live. She has to learn how you say it. So we learn how
Mhm.
to say things, but we still be like, okay, well, this, that, And also, when you have a good support system, when you're having them down days or the negative days, or you feeling that you need help, you that support system was there for you. What I learned is a toxic trait is not going to your support system.
Yeah, absolutely.
I got it. I got it. I got it. You know what I'm saying? No, you don't
Mhm.
always have it. You understand what I'm saying? Like, and I have to always go back and be like, no, D, you need, if you need help, or you have a mental, shoot, we all have mental health. We just got to use tools to control this mental health. So definitely one way to um stop being toxic or learn your toxic traits is to get a mental health support system. What you think
Yeah.
about that, Kels?
Well, I totally agree with you. We have a really good support system, but I will take it a step further because I'm kind of hard headed. That might be toxic. That might be toxic. And let me say, I was hard headed in a way that you guys could tell me something, and I'd be like, "That ain't it. That ain't why." And so I literally had to seek out a therapist. I had to take it a step further. And here's the thing:
Mm-hmm.
I was embarrassed at first because I was embarrassed to come out of my comfort zone. I'm like, all my family knows my business now. I'm about to go to somebody that what they gonna write down my stuff and report me to somebody or something when I tell them how I think, because I really was like not only toxic to people but to myself. I think I was more toxic to myself than I showed people that I gave to people. I was more toxic to myself. Again, like shutting down, not talking about things, not letting my feelings be hurt, not setting boundaries. Like I think I was more toxic to myself. And in return, my children kind of got the fallout because of that. But in my greatest learning, my children even today are my best especially like I talk about Nana all the time. She's
Mm-hmm.
8. They're my best teachers right now because I'm so open in this season, and especially with getting that mental health. Like you said, I literally had to step outside of you guys and say, nope, I need
Mm-hmm.
to see a therapist because I'm too close to this situation with them. And even though y'all were telling me, Kelly, look at
Mm-hmm.
this, I had to take ownership of it though. I literally had to say, okay, what else can I do to make myself better? And I actually ended up in therapy for 2 years. When I came out here to Georgia, I had to really go into deep, deep therapy. And that's what changed my life. Ultimately, right there is my support system, and that extra added benefit with going to seek out that therapy to say, you know what, I even want a stronger bond even with the people that I'm with. Because here's the thing, we have a support system, but your support system, they're not your therapists. And
Mm-hmm.
so you don't know who has the capacity to deal with what. And so that's why you take that extra benefit of therapy, because I didn't want to bog y'all down with my problems, my
Mm-hmm.
issue, me being toxic, me putting that on y'all, or you getting the fallout of me being toxic in those moments. You know what I mean? So I took that extra step to even acknowledge that, hey, my toxicity can bleed over into the people that I love that actually do support me, and I don't want them to take that on. So what else could I do? And that was that mental part.
Absolutely. And I think in our community, it is so frowned upon. I know our generation growing up, don't be going telling nobody your business. It's
Yep.
our business. Well, stay in our house, stay in our house to a certain extent. You see what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Not,
Yeah.
you don't go. I mean, I think if you're going to go to somebody's house and just start saying, this what we doing over here. But you know what I'm like? I think there's, like I said, there's levels to everything. And but definitely I had seek the time that I had seek therapy. I was after I had went through my divorce, and I didn't realize the benefit of it until later because I was just like, yeah, yeah, you know what I'm saying? It was like,
Mm-hmm.
mm-hmm. But now I'm like, oh my God, this is what I was and I even told you, I think last a month, I was like, I think I need to go back to, to therapy
Yeah.
because like I felt like sometimes you feel like you're going crazy,
Mm-hmm.
and you do need to go seek that out so you don't become toxic, especially if you're around toxic behaviors and you feel that that can rub off on you. So
Yeah.
definitely we in our community need to really start, not only your family or those, but yeah, like you said, because you don't want to bog them down, because I also think that that could be a toxic behavior where you feel your family is supposed to be there for with you all the time and everything. Like I expected this from you. Like what? You know what I'm saying? So,
It becomes draining. Here's the thing that
hmm,
that I noticed, even though y'all probably didn't notice, I noticed that I was draining y'all because I
hmm,
wasn't pouring back into y'all. It was just me giving y'all the problems. And again, we just talked about it. Are you giving more than you? Are you taking more than you
hmm,
give? I think that that's where, if we talk about that, that's where I applied my toxicness, because it was like I'm giving y'all all my problems. There ain't no benefit to y'all from this. You know what I mean? And then it's ultimately pulling y'all into a situation that you may not want to be in or be part of. You know what I mean? There's just a lot that went on behind the scenes where it was like, this can really be toxic. You know what I mean? So
right.
then you take that extra step, and I was like, I know that. Again, number one, I think that where we need to check in with ourselves is, are we getting the results that we want out of life? Should be the beginning of you checking whether or not you're toxic. Because if you toxic, I'm pretty sure shit ain't going right for you. I'm
Hmm,
pretty sure
hmm.
your relationships are not the way that you want them. Maybe relationships with family, children, anything. If these relationships are messed up, check in. And that's not to say that you're toxic, but you may be able to find some key elements in there that you can work with. You know what I mean? Because, or identify that somebody else in the family is toxic just by you checking in with yourself.
Hmm. Very, very, very good point. So let's go to the second one. Learn the underlying reason for toxic behaviors. I repeat, learn the underlying reason for toxic behaviors.
Okay, I'm gonna just quit there, D, because I think I just said it.
But okay, so we're all about, well, me, I got to speak about me,
Yeah.
breaking generational curses. So, underlying issues for me is realizing the people that I was around, even if it was family members, parents, I can go deep as that, uh, people in general that are toxic. And we learned all those um, different traits a little while, when we were just speaking, how the different traits, manipulative and impulsive and things like that. I had to really be like, why would I, what's the underlying issue of me being toxic? A lot of pain. Linda Hillen said that that's what when she gave her example, she mentioned about how she was like, I ain't nobody ever gonna treat me like this before. And I feel like us as in our community, the women we'll say that in a minute. Nobody's gonna ever
Mhm.
treat me like this no more. Not realizing that we're taking some of that behavior with
Mhm.
us. That is that is
That's a
not,
cold one.
yeah. Hey Warfare K, thank you for showing up. Taking that behavior and saying, nobody's ever gonna do this to me again. So I'm gonna be this way and I'm gonna do this, not realizing that's the underlying issue of your being toxic
Yeah.
yourself. And then also when you're around a person for so long, you don't realize that you pick up them traits. Sometimes you don't. With me, okay, here's a transparent moment. With me, I didn't even know that I was around toxic people until I was not around them anymore, if that makes sense. Like, I had to sit back and be like, wait a minute, did they try to manipulate me? Were they impulsive in certain things? Did they gossip about me? Did they, I mean, I had to really sit back and be like, wow. And being around these people, and like I said, it could even go as far as being around your parents, your family, co-workers, relationships, all these ships we have, that realizing that the underlying issues is you were around people that were so toxic that you didn't even know you took on some of their behavior. I
Mm-hmm.
need a bomb.
Yeah, look, drop the bomb. No, that is so true. Like, here's the thing: where do we learn toxic behavior from? You're saying it.
Mhm.
You know what I
Mhm.
mean? Some of it, and here's the thing, and that's not to just say people just live in just toxic households, even though there are some that live. But when you talk
Mhm.
about a normal family, there's still toxic elements that are still there that we learn that when we grow older that we have to unlearn.
Exactly. Exactly. And that's why I'm saying finding what the underlying issue is going to help you not to be toxic. Because, like we said, we're speaking on you. I'm going back to the top. We're always speaking on us on this segment of are you the toxic one? So you need to go find out what the underlying issues are. And you might have to, I mean, not might, you're going to have to go to places where you don't want to go.
Mm.
D. No, just kidding.
Kelly, look, Kelly.
And it's going to be dark places, and you really have to go there in order to heal. When they say find the underlying issues, I don't think people understand what that means. That means really going deep. You might
Mm-hmm.
have to go back to childhood trauma or adulthood trauma, because there's adulthood trauma. People don't like to
Mm-hmm.
talk about that. We tend to always say there's adulthood trauma. Please
Yeah.
believe, but
Mm-hmm.
and really go back and be like, oh, is this the underlying issue? This is why I'm being toxic, and this is why I have these traits. Because you could get away from a toxic person and be like, I'm okay, and start treating, don't even realize you treating people the same way you was being treated. You're just doing it in a different way or doing it at certain times
Mm-hmm.
instead of it could be a consistent narcissistic behavior that you're getting away from, but don't realize that you took on some of that, especially if you're with some around that person, like I said, children, a mate for a long time. It just don't go away when you leave.
Yep.
And I think we need to really focus on that. When we say underlying issues, that means you really need to find out what those issues are and work on that. There, it don't, just because you're away from somebody, that does not mean that it goes away. In my case, I had to learn that. Like, let me go ahead and find out what issues I have. Let me see what D has to do. Ooh, I picked up that toxic behavior. I started gossiping about people. I started trying to one up people. You know what I'm saying? All those things. You might not do it on a regular like they done it, but you took on that behavior. You might catch yourself doing that. Ooh, I was just talking about that person. I don't even know. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? So definitely go find out what the underlying issues are. Let's see what else we got. We got about three more. Oh man, here's a good one. We need to apologize to the people you hurt with your toxic behaviors. Let me say that again.
I ain't apologizing for nothing. No.
Apologize to people that we hurt with your toxic behaviors. Mm.
What if you don't talk to them people no more? You
Okay,
still
so
gotta apologize?
it goes deeper. So I took a forgiveness class. Linda Hillen had a forgiveness class, so I think about a year or so ago. So I know the steps that you have to do that. There's different ways that you could do that. Show forms of, if you really feel, hey, Madam Oracle, good to see you. Thank you for coming in. If you really are trying to change, you don't have to apologize in person. I'm just gonna say that. I'm not gonna go too depths into the forgiveness thing, but
Mm-hmm.
there's letters, an email. You know what I'm saying? There's other forms, because I had to do that.
Nope, I'm staying toxic. It's too much. I'm staying toxic on this. Wish you the best of luck in the world.
You can't.
I did what I did.
No. Oh, y'all
I'm
hear
just
this,
saying.
y'all?
Hey,
You,
I told you I'm still working. I'm still working on myself. I'm
yeah,
not
but we're
fully out the
talking about
woods.
the tools that you. These are the tools that you can use in
Okay.
your time. So, like,
Yes.
you could write a to apologize. So this one is to you could write a letter. There's other way a phone call. You know what I'm saying? That letter is releasing. You're apologizing. If you really felt you had a toxic behavior with somebody, and you really felt that you need to apologize, and because they might not want to talk to you too, you know what I'm saying? You got to take that
Mhm.
too. But
Mhm.
so there's other ways to do that. There's other ways to, like I said, letters, emails, or there's send a card or something so that you can move on. It's easier said than done because when the first couple of letters that I wrote, because I did a lot of letter writing, was
Mhm.
easy. And then when it came to like my parents, it got a little harder. You know what I'm saying? Then when it came to
Mhm.
like my marriage that I was in, that it got so it is levels. But what I could say when I did actually apologize and be like, I'm sorry, I had this type of behavior, or I'm sorry, I did this and that. Once I did that, I released that. That's a way of releasing that poison. You know what I'm saying? That toxic is by how they respond. That's no longer your issue. Your issue is you feel that you gave this person toxic behavior and you told them, hey, I'm apologizing for those that toxic behavior. And it takes a lot of what's the word? I don't like to say humble.
Yeah.
I can't think of a word to
I ain't
replace
saying nothing because I'm gonna say another toxic behavior.
it. This girl, she a work in progress. We working on it. We working on it. There's some people I feel like I still to this day have to apologize to, like just going through this, because I
Yeah. And I'm
toxic.
just, I'm playing.
No, I know, I know
But
you playing.
I really am sharing my feelings, like, because this is how I feel. But my
Right,
emotional intelligence knows how to resonate with the tools, so that's where I'm at. So just, I
right,
don't want
right.
anybody to think like, dang, she just talked about not being toxic. But I'm just saying this being devil advocate as well, like, because there
Oh
are
yeah, absolutely.
situations in people's lives where even though I'm working on myself, I still have a bit of toxicity in me because I can resonate with, dang, I was in a situation with a person where we both shared in toxic traits. I don't want to apologize about that shit. I don't want to even say nothing about it. You know what I mean? So it's just one of those
Mhm,
things. But I'm learning as I go too that is it again. What I'm working on is one of the things. One of my affirmations is that I'm totally happy that I have control over myself. That's one of the things that I'm speaking because, like you said, I can't control. Once you have done the work to clear or to help rid yourself of the toxicness, it's like you now then have to kind of sit with it. You know what I mean?
mhm,
And
mhm,
that's where I'm learning that. I'm just being transparent and just sharing my feelings. This ain't what I'm gonna do or how. I'm
mhm.
just saying I was about to go into the blaming thing. Look, I'm blaming
See,
you for
that's
my
toxic.
actions. I'm blaming you for
Exactly.
my. I'm not
See.
apologizing because you made
I
me
did this
feel.
because you did that.
Yeah.
I'm petty
So
as a mug.
all toxic. No.
Yeah, no, and I know because I could be man, petty.
Yep.
I don't even know why they say petty because when I'm petty, my petty is big petty. If that makes
Yeah.
sense, it don't be no. I'm like, oh, for real,
We
and
going all
I
out.
I get called out on it. I be like, was I okay? I'm sorry. Like, but it felt good at the time. I ain't gonna
Yeah.
lie. You know what I'm saying? But
Hmm.
yeah. Hi, Don Play. Good to see you. Yeah, it felt
Hmm.
good to be big petty. But I had to realize that it's not doing anything for me, and that's a toxic behavior. Like I said, I do see even now there might be one or two people I might have to just apologize for an
Hmm.
action that I had a part just to act, not that but maybe
Yeah.
there was an action. Yeah,
Hmm.
okay, yeah, exactly. So, definitely. Well, Before we get to the last one, the what we're already talking about it. It says to use tools to practice less toxic behavior. So we got to use these tools. We got to find mental health support, even that's outside of your family. Uh, Going to talk to a therapist, a priest, or whoever y'all need to go talk to. You know what I'm saying? Mental health support is there for you. The underlying issues, go find out what the underlying issues are. Apologizing, using these tools, coming to the ships live and come and talk about it. Hey, see how I did
Hey,
that?
hey, because I
Listen,
so am.
listening to me and Blended Healing, and we're not we're doing this when we have those conversations, and you'll hear those pre-recordings. Like I said, it's not scripted. I'll be like, she's like, you okay? I'll be like, ooh. You be hearing me, I'm like, ooh, it got me. You got me. You know what I'm saying? So using these tools, this is what this platform and her platform is for, to have these difficult conversations, do self-evaluations with us. And like I said, this portion is how toxic are you? We ain't talking about other people. We gonna get to that in these other things too. But at the end of the day, it still goes back to you. If you really want to be, honest about it, it still goes back to you. And the last one, it says, show yourself compassion as you try to start practicing toxic behaviors. So you
Mhm,
want to show yourself compassion. Be like, I'm like, we up here, yeah, we joking and laughing. We working on it. We
mhm.
are work. I know I say it all the time. Dang, I thought I had it together, but
Yep.
definitely these tools of learning. D, you got some toxic traits, girl. You know
Mhm.
what I'm saying?
Look, everybody calm down. Everybody calm down. That's
I
all.
said,
That's our
yes,
thing. That's our thing. When that
yes.
toxic come, when if you ready, everybody
Yeah.
calm down.
Shout out to my cousin Darvina. She used to tell me,
Yes.
they be like, what are you talking about? I'm talking to all the people in my head.
In
I'm
my
telling
head.
everybody to calm down. That's our little phrase, y'all. Definitely. Everybody calm down. And it's okay. We can show ourselves compassion. And when we see the growth in us, like I know we compliment each other all the time. I'm like, Kelly, I didn't even do this. Or I'd be like, oh, Kelly, you did so good. Like, I
Mhm.
seen you, like you didn't do this, that. We make sure we give gratitude to yourself and to others that you see that have changed, because when you're growing and you're healing, it's going to always be a process, and it's always going to be growing pains. Who said healing didn't hurt? That's all.
Man.
Who said healing did not hurt? If that's the case, everybody would do it.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Everybody would be healing in a way that, hey, I'm healed. No, it's growing pains, it's healing pains, and you got to learn the tools and use the tools that are available. And make sure you are
And may
showing. Go ahead.
and may I add to what you're saying?
Absolutely.
When you're saying have compassion with yourself, one thing you have to understand is that people will not see the change before you do, but you have to have endurance. Understand when you are going through a reconstruction phase of your life, some people won't even notice your change. Some people will still act with you like you were the way you were yesterday. So be very patient with yourself, because there was times where I was at this point where I said, remember what I said, we live in a world that's set up for us to be toxic. So there
Hmm.
were times where I would find myself talking to certain people or interacting, and they would bring me right back down to a point to where, ooh, I can be so toxic. And I had to say, you know what? I can't do that no more. And they'd be looking at me like, what you mean?
Hmm.
You used to do that, or why not? You know what I mean? And I
Hmm.
would have to tell them, like, respectfully, I don't want to partake in that no more. And it actually made people feel a certain way that I was telling them, hey, I got to pull myself away from this because this is damaging. So just understand, please, please, that's very imperative. Be patient with yourself and understand you will see your change first before anybody else will. And you have to stay that path, because truthfully, you're not trying to prove to everybody else. You're trying to prove to yourself that you could be a better person.
And speak that you're, to piggyback on that, speak that you're a better person. Don't speak. Oh, I'm still toxic. I'm just a toxic person. That's toxic doing that. You know what I'm saying?
Yep, yep.
If you say you know good and you f up and you just are not a good person and I'm this and that, that's what you're gonna be. That's a toxic trait. Even if you're putting in the work and you're saying those words, all that work didn't matter because you're not even showing yourself grace and compassion. So watch how you speak about yourself. Give yourself gratification and be like, hey, like we sit up here and laugh and be like, hey, but I'd be like, hey, I'm working on this, y'all. I got clear definitions. I got clarity on what things there are and what how to deal with certain situations, ships, y'all, and how to deal with things when it concerns me. I never come up here and don't put myself in those situations because that's not what my plan is put be transparent that yeah, I do mess up. I do have downfalls, but here's tools and things that I have learned about that can help. So speak highly of yourself. That's one thing that I had to learn too, because I used to be I'm very, like I said, I'm very good at being everyone's cheerleader. Very, very, very good. But when it came to myself, that's where I lacked it. So it was very off balance because I did not glorify myself when it was needed or think highly of myself at times. And now I'm my biggest cheerleader. So definitely show compassion for yourself, as well.
Mm-hmm.
So this is definitely, how toxic are you, you guys? Just keep these things in mind that toxic can be a poisonous and it can be detrimental to you physically, spiritually, and mentally. I always say spiritually first because in my perspective, if that's out of whack, I'm out of whack. Just
Mm-hmm.
that's just me. If my spirituality is out of whack, all that physically and mentally don't even work for me.
Yep.
No, I'd be like, oh God, it's just so. Definitely make sure you're, checking yourself. You got to go check yourself. I check myself a lot, especially since I live alone currently. I'll be talking to myself and be like, D, that's so stupid. Why are you doing this? Why are you doing that? Hey, Bronze. You know what I'm saying? So, like, check yourself and see how toxic you are. Apply these things to you and see how it works for you guys. I've been enjoying having these series of the ships because it's just, I look forward to it every Tuesday. And I said that on Blended's Life. She was like, you say that all the time. I do. And
Mm-hmm.
this, and I'm really doing a more deep dive and doing research. We don't just come and talk about stuff, we do research. And this is what I want to say too. People insert, okay, let me.
I know, I know.
There are certain type of people in the world that think that reading anything and everything is fake. It don't help. Don't go by that. Go what resonates with your spirit. That's what I'm gonna tell you. Go what resonates
Mhm.
with your spirit. We still have to use tools just because it's a definition or there's a book doesn't mean to me that it's fake. There's certain things that resonate with my spirit.
Yeah.
So find what resonates with you. That's what I'm going to say. Find what resonates with you. I and myself, Lyndon, and whoever comes on the panel, we are expressing how we feel and research that we have done. Me and Blended we really do the work and do research and we just put it out there. If it doesn't resonate with you, that's okay. It might not. You know what I'm saying? So definitely find what resonates with you.
And may I offer another tool?
Absolutely.
Get a hobby. Some of us have idle time. And
Hmm.
sometimes when your mind is idling, it can send you into areas where you shouldn't be toxic at because you're
Hmm.
idle too much. I say find a hobby because a hobby will kind of also help you find your purpose in life too sometimes.
Hmm.
Where you will just go pick what do you like to do, lend into doing the things that you like to do. What is it that you want to do? Sometimes we have to look at ourselves and say, I know that I look at my child self, my inner child, and I go, what are the things that I wish my inner child could have done that I really still want to do right now? And I go find those things and I do those things. So, one thing that I would say is find a hobby which will allow you to take up some of this time, because sometimes doing that hobby also clears your mind to be able to look at your life differently or in a holistic view, because now you're enjoying life. You see it from a different perspective. So now you're able to re examine where you've been. Why wasn't I doing this before? What stopped me from being this way? So some of these things, if you get a hobby, I feel, and that is just my perspective, but getting a hobby will also kind of pull some of the toxicity out of you too, because then you may start to check in with yourself, because you feel better when you start doing things for yourself.
Absolutely. And to piggyback out about that, that means like go outside, people. It's okay. You could go outside. Go into nature. I know a lot of people don't like people. I'm learning to be one of them persons as well, but I do like nature and I do like the park and I do like to sit under a tree. I like to go to the beach. I like to do things that also helps uh, clear real toxins out of your body. I went and put
Hmm.
my feet and body. I had the opportunity. Kelly was there to put my body in, at the beach, and I could really feel like healing. Like it really, it helps you putting your feet in that sand, grounding yourself, putting your feet in the grass. Go outside as well to take out toxic. That's a physical way that you could take out toxic and detoxing as well. It's called detoxing for a reason. You
Right.
see, it's called detoxing for a reason. So definitely, yeah, those are very, very good points, Kelly. That's that's why I just love, like I said, doing this build. I know Blended Healing has a lot of things going on, so we definitely enjoy her insight. Y'all go back and check that replay
Yes,
game. Make sure
please.
y'all hitting the like buttons on both of our lives and sharing them out. Thank you for all the views that we are getting and on these topics. And I'm getting subscribers, y'all. I'm on my way, slowly but surely. I'm getting subscribers, so I appreciate all my subscribers, all the channels that I represent. I will be going over to E. Nicole's grown shit she got going on and be serious over there. And then I also have tapped in. King Miller was in the chat as well. He has grown conversations. I can't remember what even remember that day that was. I know he had one yesterday impromptu. I can't remember, but y'all look up King Miller. He has grown conversations. He be having deep conversations and things like that. And that's what I like to tune into. Now, don't get me wrong. I'll be in the clouds, way up in the clouds on them other channels until the thunderstorm comes, and then I get back in the car that Blended made for us, and I drive home. But I ain't gonna say that. I can't say that I don't listen because I go chime in, but then I'm like I'm done. Like I don't have an opinion. I don't insert myself in the drama, so I can't say all this drama and then I'm up on the. Okay, never mind. DC, I saw. Come
We
back.
digress. We
Come back.
digress.
Yeah.
Er- Everybody calm down. Everybody calm down.
Everybody calm down. So yeah, definitely check out those chat. Marlene motivates, man, good. The word was in the chat. He's good as well. It's just a different atmosphere where I like to go. And any other channels that you guys have that I always check you out. I'm always be a subscriber because I subscribe. That don't mean I might always tune in, but I'm gonna be a subscriber. But you guys tap into the best version of you, and so you don't become toxic, and realize the toxic traits and work on you and speak life into you. We got a lot of things going on. There's a portal. If you guys resonate, it's retrograde. There's portals open right now. Lionsgate portal 8/8's coming up. Speaking of 8/8, let me put my little flyer up for the music video. Where we at? The music video will be coming out 8/8 at the Enemies Public. This is what's happening.
Come
The
on,
song,
network.
the video. So y'all keep hearing the song, which I will play. Let me take this banner down. I will play again, but there's actually going to be a visual. You'll get to see these people that are doing this on this. So I'm excited about that. That's actually 8-8. If those that resonate, Lionsgate will be at its full potential. Check out, I always, Linda Hillen did a live about that again today. So check our community walls because that's going on as well. Go ground yourself, talk to yourself, talk to somebody else, stay
Drink
positive.
some water.
Yes, drink some water. That's what Kimash used to always say, y'all. You know, she loved water. She'd tell y'all to go drink some water. Y'all could go over there and check Kimash out too. She still be playing her music, rocking out over there. So y'all can still go check her out. She be doing her thing with the music. Drink y'all some water. Water and heal yourself, y'all. That's what this is. It's a healing process. Any last words from you, Kelly? I'm going over to eat
Just
Nicole's grown shit.
oh,
Just
okay. I'm gonna have to get this. They eating right now, so I'm gonna wrap them up so they can get ready for school, and I'll meet you over there. I just
hmm
wanted to thank everybody again. Like I said, this is very healing for me. Just to have a community where you could come and share your feelings. It's not about right or wrong. It's about how we build and how we share and how we love. And so I think that this is something that is needed. Again, talking about how the world that we live in and how it's set up, but that sometimes we got to take the focus, like you said, back upon ourselves. We got to look within and start to make that change. So I just thank for everybody coming out and supporting. I'm always be supportive. But thank you for everything that you and Blended have done, because just in the last couple of days, my eyes have been open to a lot of different things. And so put a lot of things into perspective to where I can now move forward with what you guys have given. So just thank you.
No problem. And so, peace and love to everybody that has shown me love. Dre Cobbs, I'm getting ready to close. Dre Cobbs, y'all catch the replay for me and hit that like button. I got my network people popping in there. I know Greedy went live. He haven't went live in a while, so I know a lot of people was over there. But replay claim is important as well. So just to close up, make sure you tune in every Tuesday. We start over at Blended Healings at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So my West Coast people in Mountain Standard, that's Eastern Standard Time. So it's 4 o'clock Western Time, 5 o'clock Mountain, 6 o'clock Central. And then we come over here. We give a 15-minute little break. I get water and get set up, and we come over here and have Q&A about it. So thanks for everybody that has been showing us support. Make sure you check on King Miller had a live about that. Check on those that you care about. Shout out to all the ones that have been checking on me. I got to check on some ones. Keisha, I got to call you. And there's some other ones I got to check on. So check on them as well. You never know what that conversation can bring. So until next time, I'm going to take y'all out with the network promo and then the song. And we will catch y'all the next time. Peace and love to everyone. If nobody told you that they love you today, know that Dee and Kelly love y'all. And as I say in my words, go tell somebody that you love, and those that you don't love, you go tell them you love them as well. And we out.
And it's like the hook goes, something we all adore. It's the one thing worth dying for. Nothing but pain, stuck in this game, searching for fortune and fame. Something we all adore. The one thing we dying for. Nothing but pain, stuck in this game, searching for fortune and fame. That's what I hear. Which is mind over matter, taking all our weaknesses and making it into our strength. We know that we got strength in numbers. We already run the streets out here. So now we just gonna help some of these brothers get their money on because we know they got talent. We got the ways to make them use their talent to the maximum effect. And that's what it's about. Everybody rap. We don't rap. We rap to make money. We do business. We here to bring money and to bring change. They here to cause confusion. This ain't no game. If this was chess, we'd be yelling checkmate 3 years ago because we've been beat these. It's not a game.
Bangus production.
And it's like,
you ever wonder what it's like to live in the jungle? Lion, tigers, and bears, snakes, and scorpions. Can you take this shit serious? Serious as it is. When it's fuck how you feel, better get it how you live. When killers retaliate every enemy possible, surviving lives on a hard pill to swallow. God bless the child that can hold his own. That means taking care of your family till your kids are grown. If loyalty is royalty, some of us broke as fuck. Blood thicker than water, but still, who can you trust? They say that you to blame, ran your name in the mud. You a soldier, you was trained, you was ready for war. The president smoking, fucking bitches in the White House. We stomping in the Air Force Ones into the lights out. King of high yourself, they say you dangerous and woke. They know we greedy for these beats, so they say we creep slow.
Woke is the new sleep, shallow is the new deep. Cheaps every news week, silence is the new speech. Cool like a fan, but on the other hand, I'm a nympho, so I like to fuck what they saying. Fuck an ab and a pan, they both kicking the can. Two homeless motherfuckers that ain't took back they land. Ain't no need to take a seat, want you to overly stand. Listen up and pour a cup while I rock like a band. Fuck a chief in a tribe, I like feeling the vibe. Man, tucking all that pride and see it's just a divide. But you fuck with white girls and you push genocide. And Jennifer, the only one you call for a ride. I was fucking with that shit, but now my feelings have died. And all my women spoiled like my package expired. My discernment like a tooth with the feeling inside. Cause I'm here to tell the truth, fuck what you feeling inside, nigga.
This that prolific, spiritual individual. Grab your bitches, they follow him everywhere he go. My aura code, the shit I'm kicking like Sub-Zero. Most niggas playing it simple, we keep shit popping like teenage pimples. Y'all niggas lack credentials, overlapping. Most you niggas with meditation, elevation, fundamentals. It's official, like a ref with a whistle. I won't pick up my dribble, she look me in the eyes. Open up the eyes and say, play monkey in the middle. The woman's my favorite riddle. I can charisma in my temple. She get real experimental with her mouth on my pickle. Guess my lap is her pillow. She have fun giving me brain. That's real fundamentals. Give me some. Get you one. I'm a chosen one to overcome any spiritual war. I know I already won. Plus my high vibration surpassing all you bums, nigga.
Yeah. Get it. Lyrical ecstasy, pull up smooth. How Alexis be? Reference me whenever you thinking of who the best would be, respectively. It's longevity. I'm from that pedigree of gifted ones with powers that's tapping into telepathy. The mind is everything. You so off, forever lost in this matrix. Starving to be a part of this great shit. Flow like the A6 when in traffic, wreaking havoc. Blue steel 44 bulldog. I let you have it, do the mathematics. And while you at it, step your game up. It was real when I ain't have shit. And when I came up, was never on no half shit. I put the same up in people out here. Plastic, don't fuck the game up. It's strange, but we carry on. Gotta be very strong. In this life that's not promised or very long. I get my berry on, spit it from the depths of the deep. It's greedy. Who got next on this beat?
Supreme dropper, the son of God, the dream stopper, the rude awakener, fumigating you fleas proper. Rejuvenation's illuminating through these choppers. Came back and immediately superseded you teeny boppers. Full of this positive energy, you can see the shopper. And you can tell I'm a soldier like P and Silk the Shocker. Invoke the fifth morning dude who preceded Jimmy Hoffa. Y'all get talking like bitches, I'm on a different knocker. And I drink different vodka, I'm just a different monster. The first two fall off was in the temple in Sri Lanka. But fuck it, nigga, enough about me, let's switch the topic. You're always talking about killing the ops, kill the optics. Shit ain't respectable spectacles for whoever watching. One day your name bringing profit, the next is on the docket. You're flying high, my guy, and I ain't here to knock it. I'm just praying that you escape from that burning cockpit.
The key to life is not to compete with rivals. You live evil, so we divide you, then collide you. Bleed the strip like a menstrual cycle. Live for rifles, stop your vitals if you worship idols. And live for titles. What gotta give for you to see God live inside you? Dragon niggas through the heat until they breathing fire. I'm so cold I can freeze a fire. I been saw the earth was flat. I'm a frequent flyer, speak in silence. I'm a verbal tyrant. Words merge together to cast spells on people trying. I'm vibrant. Negative energy get met with violence. Yellow tape and sirens. The surveillance footage showed him getting killed, but it was nobody by him.
Yeah. Straight Cobbs. Yo. Cause you know what I'm spitting is real. Like when a clucker hit the bass and he getting that feel. How you get on the mic and that shit just spill. I've been killing shit for a while. I got the light, you can't turn down my sundial. Living foul, die the same way. My people going nuts for a payday. Run up on you broad day, let the case spray. I'm eating beats like I'm at a buffet. I made it to the God's doorway and they let me in because I found what was built in. And they like what I do with the pen. I zeroed in, I mastered my zen. All you gotta do is say when. You up next, Drake Cobbs, you got one shot. No worries, my flow is dumb hot. I run through anybody I come upon. The juggernaut, I took my fucking spot. Just moved a couple rappers down the slot. Fucking blood clots, play connect the red dot. And I ain't talking Kodak when I say he getting the headshot.
Cyphers. Yo. I'm colder than a Chi-Town breeze. Use a fake, put the metal to your face like, lie down please. Let the fraud stop, leave the same impression from a car drop. Y'all watch the boy stand out like a ball spot. Smoke down trees, connecting with my inner man. Ran with the best of them, boot camps, get Timberland. And my weight class, cash by the milligram. Pink sapphire stones, I call them killer cam. I'm so clean, y'all can remove blemish. Give true business, cross hook jab, boots in this. Don't trust people that come in your space. Someone lead you to a trap like the front of the race. Words are weapons, but if you make me come from the waist, literally shit on you niggas when I dump on face. I'm lyrical dope and physical hope. Only need one shot with a visual scope. Fuck each and every last one of them. Fuck everybody that jumped ship and fuck whoever run with them. Fuck you for biting my style, nigga, you big lame. I'm a cesspool to you niggas, you just a shit stain. Fuck you for playing them bitch games, you heard me? Fuck you for adding my name, trying to concern me. I don't give a fuck why you mad, nigga. You better get glad, nigga. Stop trying to hide you an ass kisser. Them niggas that you said was killers, they don't know you. I put the call in with niggas, they exposed you. Dumb clown, it really ain't no time to be dumbfound. Niggas heard them whack ass lyrics and said thumbs down. Fuck you for being a rat, saying your gun shoot. Fuck whoever gave you the idea, they dumb too, dangerous. I'ma be the winner of this race, Mr. Fuck you, middle finger in the face.